So I was in the middle of installing my motor and ESC combo. I went with the Mamba Max Pro from Castle Creations, along with the TeamBaxter brushless motor, censored. So it's going to have plenty of power. And I wanted to get a little bigger shocks other than the stock SCX10 shocks, which work well. Just wanted to get a little something, the larger bore in there, so I went with the Wraith shocks. I got a set of 4 of these from eBay, and I'm going to stop installing the motor and ESC and install these shocks right now, just to get that out of the way. They have the plastic bodies on for now, but I'll be switching them out for the aluminum, and get those installed with some light oil in there. That'll raise the ride height a little bit and make it give it a little bigger appearance. So I'm gonna put those on, hold off on the ESC and motor for a little bit until I get the shocks on, and then we'll continue with the motor and ESC. Just for comparison's sake, I decided to throw a ruler on here just to check the height of the vehicle now versus later when I put the Wraith shocks on. So right now we're just under 4 inches, about 3 3/4 in the rear. That's its stock. This is a stock RTR setup, unchanged. In the front we're at about 3 1/2 inches from the ground. So I'm going to put the new Wraith shocks on with no preload on them, with lighter oil, and then I'll see what the height difference is. So I've got the Wraith shocks on now. Gave me quite a little bit of ride height. The rear is at 4 1/4 now. The front is also at 4 1/4. So yeah, got quite a bit of little ride height going. I'm going to put larger tires on there in the future, so that'll give it even more ride height. I installed the battery plate in the rear. I forgot to take the Velcro off, but this is now going to be a servo ESC plate. My Mamba Max is going to be attached right there versus up here underneath. That'll give my motor plenty of room to breathe and just keep it from being a little cramped. My batteries get mounted up front on an additional battery tray, so that'll take care of that. So the next step is to get the motor and the ESC installed. I also got a few other parts coming in the mail, and I need to do a little tuning on the shocks. They're a bit stiff. I need to change the oil. I'm going to put a really light oil in there. I'll put a 25 in there, but I think I'm going to lighten it some more just to free it up a little bit. I want it really loose. Personal preference. I know a lot of people wouldn't like that, but I'm going to keep it really loose. I want the shocks really light. That's also going to make a difference when I weight the wheels. It's going to help articulation out a little bit. It's going to help it flex a little easier. Personal preference. I want it to flex a lot easier. I don't expect to be zipping around in this truck, but yeah. So that's where I am right now. Wraith shocks installed. I'll be switching to aluminum bodies in the future, and battery plate installed. Also, I went ahead and switched to 4-link in the front. The 3-link has been removed, and we now have 4-link front and rear suspension. These will also end up being aluminum, but for now we have the stock links. So yeah, that's it for now. Next goes the motor and ESC. Then after that we're going to do front steering linkages, get some servos on there. Just odds and ends to keep it moving.